с той стороны горело, вниз.
Powerful attack on Russian Atlas oil depot in Kamensky, Rostov region, which is relatively close to the front lines. According to a comment from the person filming the incident, the strike was anticipated. The depot had previously been targeted multiple times, but given the scale of the fire, this could be the final one. Official statements have now arrived. They report that Ukrainian forces are carrying out widespread attacks on the Rostov region. It appears the depot effectively fulfilled its role as air defense. Explosions were reported in Russia's Rostov region during the night of November 29th amid an airstrike involving drones and the activation of air defense systems. A fire broke out at the Atlas oil depot near Kamensk-Shakhtinsky, according to Rostov Governor Yuri Slusar and Russian media. The Russian official reported that around 30 drones were allegedly shot down and disabled by radio-electronic warfare systems during the massive air attack. However, the official also noted ground consequences. Attacks on Russian oil depots and refineries are strategically significant in disrupting the country's war effort. These facilities are critical for fueling military vehicles, aircraft, and logistical operations. Targeting such infrastructure weakens Russia's ability to sustain its offensive capabilities and hampers troop mobility by creating fuel shortages. Moreover, strikes on oil infrastructure directly impact Russia's economy, as energy exports are a primary source of revenue. Damaging refineries not only reduces production capacity but also creates logistical challenges in supplying domestic and military needs. Such attacks force Russia to divert resources to repair facilities or implement additional security measures, stretching its capabilities even further. These operations also serve a psychological purpose, demonstrating Ukraine's ability to strike deep into Russian-held or homeland territories. This can sow uncertainty among Russian citizens and officials, weakening domestic support for the war.
С этой стороны горит. Она с той стороны горела, вниз. Она и внизу горит вся, глянь. И красота. Давай вали отсюда. Сука, все попали.
As Warthog Defense reported, Russian military channels are in disarray following claims of a new order to confiscate civilian vehicles, including those privately purchased by soldiers. The controversy began with a voice message warning that such vehicles would be seized and destroyed on the spot, while the drivers and their commanders would be sent on meat grinder assault missions. Allegedly, this directive applies across the entire front line. Now, the backlash on Russian channels is very real. They are voicing frustration, claiming the order is severely hindering their ability to advance at the front. This situation warrants further monitoring, but it's an interesting development nonetheless, and it's certainly causing a lot of confusion. Greetings, brother. Please help spread the word. I'm writing from the Kurakov direction. The essence is laid out in the order. They're literally shooting us in the foot from behind, and it's bringing everything to a halt. Everyone is in shock. A district headquarters officer issued the order clearly without thinking it through. All our supply lines and the work of the assault groups depend on humanitarian transport. UAZ vans, motorcycles, and ATVs. I hope the higher-ups beyond the district command see this and realize it needs to be fixed. We're moving forward, but this is holding us back. Roman Sapankov posted about a rumor circulating among Russian military personnel regarding new restrictions starting tomorrow. These reportedly include a ban on servicemen using civilian vehicles, even those purchased with personal funds or donated by volunteers. Voice messages accompanying this claim suggest severe consequences, such as the confiscation and destruction of vehicles on site, with drivers and commanding officers being sent directly into combat as punishment. Sapankov highlights the frustration this has caused among soldiers, citing an overwhelming number of private messages expressing anger. He sarcastically notes how this decision could popularize military service and encourage volunteers, as current soldiers, unable to leave, are likely to warn others against enlisting. He acknowledges that some issues exist with civilian vehicles, such as transporting alcohol or using them for purposes unrelated to military duties. However, he criticizes the lack of foresight in implementing such measures, implying poor decision-making within military leadership. His commentary suggests this kind of policy exacerbates dissatisfaction and highlights systemic corruption and inefficiencies in the military's handling of resources. The Patriarch of all Russia, Kirill, or a KGB agent in disguise, claims he's unafraid of the end of the world and that Russia's mission is to uphold lofty moral ideals. He promises that the Lord will come to destroy evil. We are patiently waiting. Right now, Georgian police are unsuccessfully trying to disperse a just protest against rigged elections using water cannons, while a fierce clash is unfolding between protesters and cops near the parliament. Putin won't be able to help them this time. He's mired in crises in Ukraine, getting hit hard in Syria, and everyone's sick of his Oreshnik, to the point where he no longer scares anyone. Paid propagandists on the former Twitter don't even bother hiding it anymore, claiming directly that Putin declared war on the West and that the West has crossed yet another one of Putin's lines. On November 29th, Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belosov arrived on an official visit to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The Russian official plans to meet, among other engagements, with the military political leadership of North Korea, informs the Russian Ministry of Defense. The ministry stated that the Russian official was met at Sunan Airport, located in the suburbs of Pyongyang. Belosov has already met with his North Korean counterpart, DPRK Defense Minister General No Kwang-chol. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, Belosov's visit includes scheduled meetings with the DPRK's military and military political leadership. It is worth noting that, amid Russia's large-scale military aggression against Ukraine, the Kremlin has been actively strengthening ties with Pyongyang. North Korea has been supplying the aggressor state with ammunition, missiles, and, more recently, military personnel. Recently, Western media reported that North Korea has also provided Russia with military equipment, including long-range artillery systems. Additionally, in June, Russian President Vladimir Putin officially visited Pyongyang, where he signed a strategic partnership agreement with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The document, in particular, includes provisions for mutual assistance in case of aggression against either country. It is known that North Korean troops deployed in Russia underwent training at military ranges in the eastern regions of Russia. Subsequently, some of the North Korean soldiers were relocated to the Kursk region. North Korean troops have already participated in combat against Ukrainian defenders. Notably, before the Russian defense minister visited North Korea, Ukrainian Defense Minister Rustem Umerov visited Seoul. During his visit, he held meetings with senior officials from South Korea. One of the topics discussed was enhancing security.